Grandpa, I can't wait to go camping this weekend.
Sure, Nui. I love getting out in the woods.
Yeah, nah. It's PJ's yeah, you Nui.
I thought we were going camping.
Going camping, not going on vacation for a month.
Okay, Grandpa, so what do I need?
2 changes of clothes and a sleeping bag. That's it.
How's this, Grandpa?
That's a lot better.
Grandpa, I appreciate you sharing stories with me. I really like learning our ways.
I'm happy to, Nui. It's something that was shared with me, and I want to pass it on to the next generation.
Can we make s'mores?
Sure, Nui.
Wataya nuksha odabak Jesus. Look at that moon.
Konige, gautayeshke.
What's that mean, Grandpa?
It means there's a ring around the moon. It's a sign the weather is getting ready to change.
Cool. What else do you know about? What's that word? Cosmology?
There were many stories which relate to the sky world and stars, Nui. Much of this knowledge has been lost, some due to assimilation in boarding schools, and some due to the loss of our connections to place and the trail of death.
Whoa, there you go talking about this trail of death. We have to talk about that sometime, Misho.
One day, Nui, you have to learn to be patient. You can't learn everything about this way of life in one day or out of a book.
What's that assimilation, Misho?
That's the government's attempt to Americanize indigenous people so we'd give up our language, stories, history, songs, beliefs, and way of life. They used to say, kill the Indian, save the man.
But those are the things that make us Potawatomi.
Gedebwe nosame. You speak the truth, grandson. Our ancestors at one time had an amazing knowledge of not only the earth but the stars as well. Even our months are based on a 13-moon structure, which associates different seasonal activities we did during those months.
That's cool. So we didn't use calendars? How do we know what time it was?
We got our bearings from the sky and the earth around us. We knew the time based on the movement of the sun. Today people joke around about being on Indian time when they're late. There is more to it than that. It's about getting stuff done when it needs to get done.
Grandpa, tell me some more about the stars.
We call the Milky Way, that big cluster of stars, Jiba Meow, the spirit path. We believe it takes a spirit 4 days to cross over after a person dies, and that they travel down this path. That real bright star over there is Wabanug, or Wabanugos, the morning star. It comes out early in the morning around 2 a.m. They say that's a very powerful time to pray. That cluster of stars over there is also known as Wangol Gijuk or Wankwe Gijuk, hole in the sky. Our people believe that there is an opening between the spirit world and our world through that hole.
What about the Northern Lights, Grandpa? I saw that one time in Michigan. It scared the heck out of me. There was lights flashing all over the place. I thought it was a UFO or something.
Some people say that's our ancestors or spirits dancing in the distance.
Can you tell me more stories?
Fisher was a small animal but a great hunter. Hunting was difficult in those days because it was always winter. Come with me, he told his friends. We will go to where the earth is closest to the sky. The skyland is always warm. We will bring back some of the warmth down to the earth. The otter, lynx, and wolverine traveled with Fisher up the mountains, closer and closer to Skyland. When they were very close, Fisher said, "We must jump up and break through the land above the sky." The otter jumped up and bumped his head on the sky. He fell back on his back and slid all the way down the mountain. Lynx jumped up and bumped it so hard it knocked him unconscious. Wolverine jumped up and bumped hard against the sky. He jumped again and again until the sky cracked a little. He jumped again and broke through. Fisher jumped through after him. They found Skyland to be a beautiful place, full of warmth and plants and flowers. They found cages full of birds which they released. The birds flew through the crack in the sky to the world below. The warmth of Skyland began to flow to the earth and melt the snow. The sky people came out of their lodges and said, "Thieves! They are taking our warm weather." Wolverine escaped back through the crack, but Fisher started working to make the crack bigger. He knew that if it were too small, the sky people might be able to patch it. The sky people began chasing him and shooting arrows. Although he was powerful, they eventually hit a fatal spot. The Great Spirit took pity on Fisher because he had tried to help his friends. He healed him and placed him in the sky. Each autumn, as Fisher is falling back towards the earth, the sky people try to patch the crack and winter comes. Then in spring, Fisher climbs back up high in the sky and reopens the crack, and summer comes. Today we know this constellation as the Big Dipper.
You can still see the Fisher star up in the sky. This star announces the coming of winter and the return of spring.
Cool stories, Grandpa. I really enjoyed camping, and especially learning some of our ways. Igwien, Misho. Bagaji Nade Yukwis. I'm a little tired, Grandpa.
Bamamina Wabuk. Get to Bonin, Nosame. Later again tomorrow. I love you, grandson.
Ningeja Getabanen. I love you too, Grandpa.